Welcome back. Outrage after the Washington Redskins announced they will host the NFL's 10th Thanksgiving Day game this Thursday. We got one writer slamming it as racist because of the use of the word and the name Redskins. He's calling out the league over it. He's saying the team's name should be censored. It's the nation's David Zirin saying, quote, using the holiday to additionally promote the Washington team's derogatory name further marginalizes Native Americans and tells people that on this holiday it's perfectly acceptable to promote a painful racial slur. The NFL should not be promoting a racial slur. With me now, former NFL great Burgess Owens. Good to see you, Burgess.
Hey, Liz, good seeing you again, for sure.
So this writer censored the word Redskin throughout the article. The Supreme Court upheld the use of that trademark. What do you think about this?
Well, it's a little hard to get my head around this one because you have to understand who we're listening to. And I had a chance to take a look at who this author was. And it's typical of the socialists and Marxists. They are so good at tearing things down, but what have they ever built in their lifetime? This guy's a writer. He'll be a writer for the rest of his life until he gets fired, and then he'll be complaining that the owners didn't give enough pension. We come together as Americans because we have things in common we just enjoy. We can put aside all the differences and just enjoy ourselves. And here we are now in 2017 where we have guys that are kneeling on the football field. We have now teams that are being disparaged because they have a name that's been there for 60 or 70 years. We need to put in perspective who we're listening to and not give these guys the time of day. It's not worth it for us.
Yeah, and we're here talking about it, so we're giving it the time of day.
Exactly.
Right? So, but, you know, to your point, the Supreme Court has rejected a law outlawing trademarks that disparage others, saying it violates the First Amendment. In other words, they're saying this is okay to use the Redskins name. You know, I guess the writer is upset about it. And, you know, to your point, you're saying he should move on, right?
Yeah, well, the writer is one of those guys who's looking for a safe space. He wants everybody to have a safe space. Well, guess what? Opportunities and business ownership are not built in safe spaces. We have people who think outside the box. There's always going to be someone who's not happy with something. That's the way this world is. We have to give people space. And in this case here, these guys have built their brand, built their business. Let them run their business and let us as fans enjoy it. And for these guys who have complaints about it, go someplace else. Don't turn on the game, but please don't call everybody racist because we enjoy the game of football and enjoy the mascots that we have decided that represents these teams.
You know, we're coming home to Thanksgiving, you know, families debating whether they can even talk politics. Now you can't even talk about the NFL, right, at the Thanksgiving dinner table because now this story came up. Oakland Raiders running back Marshawn Lynch, he sent out the U.S. national anthem at Sunday's game, but he stood up for the other team's Mexican national anthem. What do you think of that?
Well, this is what's happening, unfortunately, in the black community. And my conversations have always been, let's look behind the curtains. With Marshawn and Cole and all these guys, they have one thing in common. They feed their minds, they feed their education on black entertainment television. And this is where the socialists and Marxists work their best. They keep our kids ignorant. This young man, unfortunately, he kneels for the flag that gives freedom, and he stands for a flag that takes away our freedom. So they're Mexican freedom. So anyway, we just have to realize where our enemy is, and it's not each other. So let's continue to fight the right fight.
Burgess, we love having you on. What's the name of your book?
Liberalism: How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Weenies, and Wimps is a good read for Christmas for sure.